There's a growing demand for social housing.
We can't live on the streets. What life is that?
But councils don't have enough homes.
Where would I go?
You don't understand. You don't understand.
So they're forced to shelter families in temporary accommodation while they wait for something more permanent.
There's Blue Mo down there. It's even going behind his cot.
But with temporary housing costing the taxpayer £500 million a year, there's pressure to reduce costs.
My son's woke up, came running into him, and he was screaming about a rat. Have you seen this?
And not everyone can get the help they need.
I'm not here to shout at him.
Why not? It's your fault. He's got bronchitis.
These people all claim they're desperate for housing.
It is because we're white. It is because we're not Muslim, because we're not black.
But who needs it the most?
It's absolutely disgusting how the council has treated me. It is absolutely disgusting.
In the shadow of Heathrow Airport, the London borough of Hounslow is one of the capital's fastest growing boroughs.
Hounslow has a very rich and diverse population which is growing. We are very close to Heathrow, we're very well connected to central London, and so housing need in the borough is rising.
There isn't enough social housing to meet growing demand, so the council is forced to spend huge sums on temporary accommodation. This mostly consists of B&Bs and privately owned properties. Hounslow Council's current options for temporary housing include this one-bedroom flat on the 17th floor of a tower block with a monthly rent of £500, a privately owned studio flat outside the borough in Slough for £760 a month, and this first-floor bed and breakfast room available for £1,100 a month.
Ticket number 141. Please go to counter 9.
Nearly 200 people a day approach the council for help with housing.
I haven't got anywhere to go. My dad's kicked me out and took my key.
I'm really worried because I don't know that we're going to get a house or not.
I keep trying to see what I can do to get a house. Just need a bit of help.
But with a severe shortage of council homes, the housing team have to make difficult decisions.
I'm a resident in the Hounslow area, yeah, and I've paid taxes for 20 years of my life. So what about the council? They can't do nothing,
I
no?
don't know whether we can help you or not. You know,
That's just actually pissed me off a little bit.
Now I've got nowhere to go. I haven't got any family here.
I'm not doubting you, that's fine. But chances are we're looking at you going into a bed and breakfast today.
There's no kitchen.
Bed and breakfast? No, it's just a room.
It's just a room.
It is very upsetting not to help everyone that comes to the council for housing. I do put myself in their shoes, but there isn't enough council properties to go around.
Maria, who's originally from Portugal, and her 16-year-old daughter Jessica have been evicted by their landlord. They're hoping the council can offer them housing.
All I know is I woke up at like 8 in the morning. My brother's waking me up saying, Jess, like the enforcement people are here.
We're changing the law because they don't give us time to take the rest of the stuff.
Good afternoon. My name is Uche. How can I help you today?
Sorry.
That's okay.
I was lost my job. I have a business, a cleaner company.
Okay.
And I was behind with the rent.
Okay. And this eviction is because of rent arrears?
Yes.
Maria claims she only missed 2 rent payments on the privately rented 3-bedroom house. But the lettings agent alleges she refused to pay any rent for 8 months, leading to arrears of £11,000. If the council decides Maria caused her eviction, she won't be offered any housing.
Okay. Were you receiving housing benefit?
Nothing, no benefits. I
Right.
don't ask a house benefit. I don't ask a help in the job center.
Mr. Sanchez,
Yes?
but you know, if you do not pay your rent, you're breaching your tenancy agreement,
Yes,
and
I
it would
know.
lead to eviction,
I
okay?
never did it.
We have to assess you according to what the Housing Act has said. We're looking at, have you made yourself intentionally homeless? Were you in rent arrears, antisocial behaviour? And in your case, yes, you were. You knew you can get some help
Yeah, but
with
if your
this
colleague
rent,
last
but
week
you
told
did
me I
not.
can't help.
Wait. So you knew that you can get help with the rent, but you just didn't do it.
I think she's just upset the fact that people coming in from the country, coming to the council with 7 kids, about 10 sheep and that, and say, listen, I'm on the streets, I haven't got a job, I need a house. They're saying, here's your house keys, you move in today.
It's okay. I can tell you
It doesn't
something.
work like that. It doesn't work like that.
It's
I
okay.
need to discuss your case with the manager. Yeah? Yeah. Okay.
I'm not racist, but ask if she's English, if she's born in this country. I don't think she's born in this country.
They give them houses, they give them jobs, and they don't even deserve it. What have they done for us but done terrorist attacks?
Oh dear. Speechless. Absolutely speechless.
Uche brings in her boss, George, to help clarify Maria's story.
Hi there. My name is George. I am the duty manager this afternoon. Right. Couple of issues here. How much were the arrears?
2 months.
2 months rent. 2 months
Yeah.
rent.
Yes.
Well, no, that can't be right. Before the court can grant an order for possession, you would have owed at least 12 weeks of rent.
No.
Before the
If I wouldn't have my children, the other 2, this one, I was not sitting here today. I guarantee 100%. I was sleeping in my car. I was sleeping in the street, but I was not there. I'm sorry, sir, but I'm too tired now. I'm
All right,
so
okay.
sorry. I'm
I
too
will
tired.
I will
I have a
round-
shock. My daughter is not well.
I will round it
I'm
up.
too
as well.
tired.
Okay.
If you can help, you can help. Ask her.
Right, okay, let me just finish off. This is where we stand on this one here. We are unable to assist you, so you have to make alternative housing arrangement at this time.
As George has discovered the rent arrears are more extensive than Maria claims, the council decides she's responsible for her homeless situation and she'll receive no help.
Okay? All right, then, thank
But
you.
this is not right. It's not right. It's not right.
Mr. Santos stated she only owed 2 months of rent. And from thence, I was able to see the inconsistency in Mr. Santos' story.
Must be all fucking blacks working here. Look, all of them. All of them working here. Huh? The council don't help at all.
Basically, the moral to this story is if you're watching from any side of the world, do not come to this country if you're white because they will not help you.
91% of all new council tenancies across the UK go to people born in this country, and only 9% to foreign-born applicants.
The common view that immigrants who approach the council are automatically housed is a myth. Anyone who approaches the council must satisfy the criteria which is laid out in policy.
Last year, 170 people a day were evicted from their homes in Britain, the highest number since records began. People like 34-year-old Danielle, who's waiting for bailiffs to arrive at her home.
This is a letter from the county court. The eviction will take place on the 5th of January at 11:30.
The large, privately rented 2-bedroom flat in an up-and-coming part of the borough costs £900 a month in rent.
I lived here for 8 years. It's been a good 8 years.
Danielle, who works as a hotel cleaner on a 0-hours contract, lost control of her finances and ran up rent arrears several times.
I made mistakes. I fell into a bit of debt. I don't know how I fell into the debt, but somehow I took the wrong path.
Danielle shares the flat with her 8-year-old son, who she's raised alone.
As a mother, I'm trying very hard to keep a positive attitude for my son, who is having a hard time understanding exactly what is going on and why we're in this situation.
Do you have any idea where you'll be tonight?
No, I have no idea. Quite worrying, but no. Morning.
Morning, how you doing?
Hello, sir. Fine.
You sorted?
Yes, sir.
Good, please. Lovely. Everything else you need?
Everything I have.
With Malachi at school, Danielle heads to the council. Faced with nowhere to stay tonight, her hopes now rest on being offered temporary accommodation.
Right, how are you? So.
I've been evicted.
Bailiff eviction. Rent arrears.
Yes.
When did you start accruing rent arrears?
I don't know, probably about a year after I started working, give or take, or it could be longer than that.
Do you receive housing benefit?
I do receive no housing benefit.
How much does housing benefit pay you?
I was paying one moment 300 and some. There was a time I was paying 500 and change, and then it was
Shortfall.
Yeah, and then
So you don't know how much housing benefit pays. Do you have your housing benefit document on you?
No. Hold on.
Because obviously, if you don't know how much you're meant to pay, then
yeah, I don't
probably
know,
that's why
but
we're in rent
I know
arrears.
I was paying 100 here and 100 there.
Yeah, okay, Ms. Davis, that doesn't help.
Danielle claims a fluctuating monthly income contributed to her problems paying the rent.
If the hotel's quiet, the hours get cut back.
How much roughly do you get a month?
It depends on the hours I work. The last payment I got was £297 and change.
Have you got your employment contracts with you?
No, that's in storage.
Because...
Sorry.
Okay. You know the consequences of not paying rent because you have been in that situation several times with your landlord.
It's not that I ain't trying. You told me to try and look for a better job, but I don't want to. I'm in debt as it is. I got myself into a bit of debt. Not the council fault, my fault. But if I do a course, it's more debt on top. So I don't know.
You got a child?
Yes, I have an 8-year-old son.
Do you have any family members in the borough at all?
Not in the country, no. My mum is in Barbados.
Okay.
My grandmother's in Barbados. If the council was happy to buy me and my son a one-way ticket to Barbados, so be it. But that's not going to work.
Yeah, because why would we buy you a ticket in the first
There you go.
place? Chances are you could be deemed to have made yourself intentionally homeless, but we have to investigate further into this. I will go and have a word with the duty manager and see how we can assist you, okay?
I've just messed up big time. Oh, I made so many bad choices. I failed as a mother. I'm not a good example for my son right now. I really ain't.
As Danielle has an 8-year-old son, the council decide to place them in a B&B while Uche investigates their case further.
The impression that people have is that there are empty council properties just stand by waiting for them to just come and occupy, but reality is there aren't any council properties available.
My son didn't want to move. He's not happy about moving, but they say everything happens for a reason. We don't always choose the right path. I don't know. I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Over 100,000 children in Britain are living in B&Bs. Danielle's 8-year-old son Malachi is about to become one of them. Evicted from their old flat, where he had his own bedroom, home will now be this single 15 by 12-foot room, where he'll have to share a bed with his mother.
It's not much, but it's still a roof over our head, and I can't complain. I could be in a worse off situation. I'm happy that me and him's together. Just leave him away.
Right head side.
No, little man has spoken, so it'll be fine.
If the council decide Danielle is responsible for becoming homeless, mother and son will be ordered to leave the B&B. With no family support available, they'll have nowhere to go.
Right.
24-year-old single mum Sophie is 4 days away from eviction.
The bailiffs are going to come at 10:30 in the morning on Friday, and they want me to leave the property.
This privately rented 2-bedroom first-floor property has been home to Sophie and her 4-year-old son Adi for 18 months. But now the landlord is selling up.
Oh, should we build a tower? Yeah, let's build a tower. Let's do.
The flat costs £928 a month, 908 of which is covered by housing benefit.
I pay £19.50 per calendar month. Good boy. I'm a full-time carer to my son. Can you do counting? It's going to be even more difficult for AD. Yeah, let's do counting. Because of his autism, his whole life is structured by routine. Found it. Yay! His school's only 10 minutes away from where I am now, and AD knows which way we go to school, which way we come home from school. Are you coming to help me do some packing? If AD asks, I can't tell him where home is or even if we have a home, because we just do not know. I was born and bred in the London borough of Hounslow, and I think I should be prioritised. But you have immigrants that come over every day, they go to the council and they're housed with no problems at all.
The council is under pressure to move people being evicted from private accommodation, but financial constraints and a housing shortage mean tenants can be left waiting.
Something could have been done ages ago, but the council didn't, and now I'm homeless in 4 days. I've been served my notice of eviction for this Friday at 10:30. What happens to me? Because obviously I have to be out of there Friday morning with my stuff.
Yeah. We will provide accommodation, but the accommodation that you will get, I don't know. I can't tell you.
But when will I find out? Because as I say, it only leaves me 4 days and I have to sort out my child.
The day of the eviction is your true date of homelessness. We will find you an accommodation on the day. We will not house you before that.
So what happens now then? What do I do from now?
And let the letters section know that on the 8th of January, you will become homeless. And then they can start looking for accommodation for you. Okay? I'll just copy this information here and I'll bring it back. Sorry I kept you. We're going to start looking for accommodation for you, and you need to come back on the 8th if we haven't called you before then.
What happens with all my stuff? Because obviously the bailiffs come in at 10:30 in the morning and I have to take my son to school.
We don't provide storage.
But this isn't my fault. I can't understand because this isn't my fault.
Right, okay, so...
None of this is making any sense. I've been passed from pillar to post by this council for 6 months now.
Right, okay. Well...
And no one can give me an honest answer. And I'm not happy about it.
6 months ago, you were only threatened with homelessness.
Yeah, I understand that. But
You
I'm
don't
saying
understand. You
No
don't
one was
understand.
actually
You don't
even
understand.
went through the whole procedure with me.
You don't understand it, okay? You were threatened with homelessness, but now you are homeless, okay? So there's a difference between that.
It's just disgusting, but what can I do?
Okay?
Yeah.
All right.
I think it's absolutely disgusting how they've treated me, and not only me, but my 4-year-old little boy with special needs. It is absolutely disgusting. And to leave me until Friday, when the day I'm actually meant to move out, and then I have to come back here, it is well and truly disgusting. And, you know, for a council that's meant to help their borough and help their people, it's far from it.
Even if an applicant qualifies for temporary accommodation, it may not live up to expectations. Unemployed 19-year-olds Mac and Sarah have only been living in temporary accommodation for 2 months, but they're desperate to get out.
Bad, isn't it? It's so bad, like he's breathing.
Housed by the council after overcrowding at Sarah's mum's house, they believe the studio flat is making their 5-month-old son ill.
And it's only turned worse since we've been living here.
Mac and Sarah's flat costs £175 a week, all covered by housing benefit.
There's blue mould down there, under the windowsill. It's up on the windowsill. It follows all the way down this back wall. And our baby boy, that's 5 months old, it's even going behind his cot.
He's got bronchiolitis at the moment, and he may have ammonia now because of the property.
And Cameron's now on an asthma pump at 5 months. It's like he smoked 40 fags a day because his breathing is absolutely, he's gasping for breath in it.
Are you happy, boy? What? You happy, boy? Yes!
From the age of about 5 or 6, I went into care till I was 16. Obviously, care homes wasn't the best for me. Knowing that I'm not going to wake up to family, always waking up to strangers.
Yes,
Obviously, from the way I was in care, I don't want Cameron going through it.
that.
I want him to say, well, Dad, you've done me proud. And obviously, I want us to provide a nice, safe, secure home for him. His immune system is not as good as what ours is. He could turn at any second, and if they don't move us, then we could lose him.
After weeks of requesting a move, Mac and Sarah have been called in for a meeting with the housing team.
Every time we come round to the council, we get pushed away. We always get told there's nothing we can do or there's no one to talk to. I'm not going to take no from these. It is disgraceful. I just hope they do move us out by today, look. The property is in no fit state for Sarah and my child to be living in. The child is not going back there tonight. He is severely ill. He's now got severe bronchiolitis, which is severe. But if you can hear from his breathing is getting worse.
Okay, the mold is not because of the damp, it's because of condensation. Okay, in a property such as a studio flat that where you stay, you have to kind of like air it constantly. It means that you have to open the window.
But we can't open the windows because he's just going to get more ill.
When you do that, when you open the window, you need to cover him properly.
What do you mean cover it?
We cover
I'm
him
sorry.
all the time.
We've got a young baby. You can see his breathing. His breathing here is absolutely appalling.
You lot have put us in the premises. That is appalling. Because this young boy, if he dies, it's on your head, my love. Not no one else's. Your council.
I'm not here to shout at them.
No, because you know, by law, it's your fault. He's got bronchitis.
If you continue to shout like that, I will
you know you're in the wrong, my friend. You know you're in the wrong.
And then you can make
your
own arrangement.
What, you're walking off because you're the one, because he's the one that's got bronchitis.
Right.
Your team has absolutely... What, you gone, yeah? There you go. Fucking stupid.
Teenage parents Mac and Sarah are hoping to persuade Hounslow Council to move them out of their studio flat. So far, their efforts have been fruitless. Lettings officer Nina heads upstairs to seek the advice of her manager.
Hi, Remy. I went to see Mr. Macaulay and Sarah Kempson. I had to leave because he was shouting, was being very aggressive. Okay. Mr. Macaulay is very upset with his situation. He won't leave today. If I were to go back to him, he will start again shouting at me.
Okay. I'm going to go and see him.
Do you want me to come with you as well?
Yeah, because you've been dealing with the case, so yeah.
Okay.
When I'm being called by officers to deal with a difficult situation, I basically repeat exactly the same thing that the officers have said. I guess because people, when they see the manager, they hear a different thing, even though you're saying exactly the same thing. But at least they feel reassured. Mr. Macaulay, hello. Okay. My name is Adiremi Osadia. I'm the Voids and Lettings manager. Okay. I've seen the picture of what the property looks like now. I can see the black mold. I can see water dripping down. I could see a lot of laundry. That is what we'll call lifestyle issues, because when you're drying the clothes in the property, what you will find is condensation. You need to open your window and ventilate it.
Well, I don't want to live in the property no more, and I don't want my son to live there.
Okay.
It's already got blue mould on.
Unfortunately, that's not how it works.
Why? Because it's got blue mould. He cannot live in blue mould for another day.
It doesn't work.
He's got bronchitis severe.
Can you calm down, please?
Can I calm down? You've got pictures here of what the property looks
Mr.
like.
Macaulay, can you calm down?
Okay.
All right? Just listen. Please don't interrupt me. Okay? Now, you're in temporary accommodation.
Yeah, but we didn't know.
Sorry, can I finish, please? Okay. We have issues with that property. We have issues with the flat. Now, this is what we're going to do. We're going to get one of our officers actually to come and have a look at that property as well. At the condensation and the mold. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sorry, can I carry on? It's okay.
I'm sorry
I'll let you talk.
Look, I'm sorry for getting on the wrong end of you, yeah? I'm sorry for saying nasty, like, that is for me to say to you.
That's a start.
All right, thank you, and I'm sorry.
It's okay. Obviously, there was a lot of frustration. That's the reason why they were initially, he was coming across as being, you know, kind of upset. I think I'll use the word upset.
I'm glad we stayed around, because if we had went, we wouldn't be in the situation what we're in now. None of them would be coming out tomorrow. And now they can actually see what the problems are. And if they do resolve it, congratulations to them. But if not, then I will be coming back.
Council spending on B&Bs has now reached £623,000 a day.
Temporary accommodation is a huge problem for this council. Bed and breakfast is the most expensive option, and having to pay nightly rates simply means we are paying more.
Hotel cleaner Danielle and her son Malachi are adjusting to life in a 15 by 12 foot B&B room, for which the landlord charges the council £1,100 a month.
Yeah. Hey.
The council have housed them here while their case is investigated.
How's school? Look, and you got carrot and stuff on the bed. Oh, God.
It's a bit cramped. It's like living in a sardine box or something. The place where we were living, Malachi misses it a lot. And he loved the TV, and he's missing his TV shows.
Their previous home was just yards from Malachi's school.
Half equals something eighth.
But the journey now takes over 2 hours, as it involves 3 bus rides and then a 4th to get Danielle to her cleaning job.
We leave here about 6:15, 6:30. Basically, when we come in, it's just in, have a shower, get ready for bed, do schoolwork, and wait for a new day to start all over again. Really? All right, enough.
Oh, right. I don't know whether I'm coming and going or just in.
Sophie is being evicted from a private tenancy with her son, Adi.
Come on then. When I pick Adi up from school, where am I going to take him?
Once they're officially homeless, the council will take up their duty to provide them with temporary accommodation.
Very, very sad to be leaving. It's been my home for the last 1.5 years.
As she has no idea of the size or location of the property the council will offer her, she's having to pull in some favours to store her belongings.
I'm leaving things with will be my old neighbour. So, do you want this one up here as well, yeah? Quite scared, not knowing what's going to happen. My life now, officially, is in the hands of the council.
Hello, Sophie.
At the council, Sophie is joined by her mum and sister.
Okay, the property that we're going to offer you today is a 1-bedroom for you and your son, because your son's under a certain age that he can share a room with you.
Right, okay.
All right? You're not allowed, because it's a 1-bedroom flat and you don't have a garden, you're not allowed to keep any pets in the property. Now, if you've got a fish, that's fine.
I was gonna say, I've got a fish.
That's fine.
I've got one
But
fish.
yeah, we're talking about cats and
No, I don't
dogs.
have none of that, no.
So is that all okay and is that all clear? Have you got any other questions for me?
Yeah.
It's temporary.
As tenants in Hounslow spend an average of 4.5 years in temporary accommodation, Sophie could be here for some time.
Welcome to your new home, huh? Bedroom?
Nice size.
Not bad, it'd do for you and Adi, won't it?
The rent on the flat is £500 a month, almost all of which is covered by housing benefit.
There's a nice size bath.
The cost to Sophie will be just £6.33 a week.
I was expecting to be sharing facilities, to, you know, having to hide my stuff and, you know, having to write your name down on everything. But I've actually got my own front door and I can make this, even if I'm here a month, 2 months, whatever, at least.
Make it home. I think you were born 10 minutes that way. I brought you here, and now you've gone full circle and you've got a little boy of your own now.
And I lived across there as well.
But it's nice because you know the place. It's not like you don't know.
I know this
where you
estate
are.
like the back of my hand.
Exactly.
The council did stick to their word that they would try their hardest to find me somewhere, and they have.
Hotel cleaner Danielle and her 8-year-old son Malachi have been living in a B&B for over a week, while the council decide if they're eligible for any more help with housing.
Bye. Bye. All right, see you later. Nervous? Stressed? They say it's good for you to go out there and work, but yet when you try to better yourself to provide for your child, housing benefits pay less and you've got to pay more. What help is there? There's no help.
At the council, Uche is moving closer towards making a decision.
So Danielle is owing about £3,000 rent. She has other debts that she's owing: gas, electricity, credit cards, Virgin, Sky. She's at risk of making herself intentionally homeless, which means the council will not assist her with her housing needs. If that's the case, then a referral will be made to social services as well.
If social services become involved, it could lead to Malachi being taken into care.
Malachi is my lifeline. He is my universe. A unique gift, my special gift. And that's the one thing that I can treasure and not share with the whole world. But that's me and Malachi's bonding time. No one else is. And to have him taken away from me, I would honestly say I would kill myself. I honestly would.
In the last 4 years, a chronic shortage of social housing has led to councils spending £2 billion on temporary accommodation.
It's growing in the cupboards. It's all going all furry down there. We need the council to come out and fix the problem. So wipe all that blue mould actually off from now, yeah?
Teenage parents Mac and Sarah want to be moved out of their temporary flat because of a mould problem. So council officers Albert and Rohit have come round to inspect.
We've got some complaints from the tenants that conditions aren't suitable. So me and Rahel just had to have a look at it to make sure what the tenant is saying is true, because we can't keep the tenants in there if the property's unsuitable.
As you can see from his breathing, he's got severe bronchitis. And because of the blue mould, I can't have that with a little baby. He's even going behind his cot.
Me and Albert will do a good inspection of the property. And
OK, thank you. Thank you.
Do you always dry clothes indoors?
Yeah, we always dry it indoors because there's nowhere else to put the clothes.
OK.
Like, there is blue mould, if you can see. Blue mould's growing severe around there. It's gone over the toilet as well.
The thing is, you have to do a lot of prevention work because you have a lot of stuff in here, the portable heater as well. So all of that creates a lot of moisture, and it's got to escape. So that's why you've got the mold developing.
Wash down the walls, wash down the windows, let the walls breathe.
I can always wipe the blue mould off, but I'm worried in case if we wipe it off, is it going to come back severe?
You have to, wash it down, and hopefully it doesn't come back with some ventilating. The tenant was claiming the property was unlivable, but it's perfectly inhabitable. Open some windows, get enough ventilation, move the furniture away from the walls so the walls can breathe, and continue to wash them down as often as you can whenever they see mould.
The lettings managers have made their decision. Mac and Sarah won't be getting the move they were hoping for.
It's not suitable for a family to be living here, but they've got more power over than what we had. Like, they're a council, we're just normal human beings. But just because we're working class and we're not rich, we still have rights.
With the pressure on the system so high, the council has had to resort to more drastic measures. To get tenants out of expensive temporary accommodation and into permanent housing more quickly, the council is increasingly resorting to solutions outside London. "23-year-old Afshan has lived in Hounslow all her life. She and her 1-year-old daughter are staying in a temporary flat which costs the council £760 a month.
I basically had a baby and my family was not accepting it, and therefore I had to come and approach the council to house me, and this is what I'm here for now, to get housed, because I have nowhere else to go.
Afshan's been told the council have found her a more permanent home, and she's about to discover exactly where.
Morning, Miss Afshan.
So I'm going to give you the details of the property. It's a 1-bedroom ground floor flat. in Hockley in Birmingham. It's okay?
I don't want to move to Birmingham.
Property, like I said, is a really nice property. It's a one-bedroom, ground floor flat, and the rental is like you're looking at like £98 per week, which is so cheap. And it's a one-bedroom, it's a ground floor, so you won't be like, you know, with the stairs with the baby. And it's not far from the city centre.
But I've heard actually some bad stories about Birmingham as well.
This area is a really nice area. It's cheaper to live in Birmingham
I don't want to live
than in London.
Birmingham. There's not even an option to me.
But this is all we have available at this present time. We're making your offer.
Bottom line is I can't move to Birmingham.
Well, obviously that'll go on your record because you're making yourself intentionally homeless. So we're making an offer.
But I never said that I wanted to move.
But you don't
to
get a
Birmingham.
choice.
If a homeless applicant turns down a property, the council can discharge their duty and offer no further help.
So can you tell me how this is? Can you tell me how this is suitable for me?
We get properties coming as and when
So
they come
you want
in,
me
we
to
match
go all the
them
way
up.
to Birmingham and waste my time for what? 'Cause that's not fair. It's not fair at all. That I've waited 9 months. Not even that. Since 2013 October, I was homeless.
Okay, so
it's just not going to.
So just need to know: are you refusing this offer of private rented accommodation?
At the end of the day, the council will do what they want to do.
Okay.
They will never understand what's going on with me or the people in my position.
But making your offer.
Bottom line is, I can't move to Birmingham.
So what I'm going to do is I'll do the discharge duty letter. I'll be down
No,
in
you
15
can't do the
minutes.
discharge duty letter right now. I haven't exactly said yes or no, so you can't.
You said you
can't
don't want to
put
go to
words in my
Birmingham.
mouth.
You're saying yes then to go.
Well, if I need to go and view it, then I need to go and view it, don't I?
You don't view, you will move in. When we do viewings in Birmingham, you don't just go and view, because a long distance, you will actually go and move in. This is what happens, yeah? I really need to move on now, if you're taking this or
Yeah,
not.
obviously you need to move on. You need to go and do this to other people. But this is my life here. I've got questions. You can't tell me.
No, that's fine. I'll
After
answer your
work,
questions,
after
but
5
if they're
PM
assessment
today, you're
questions...
going to go home to your happy family, to your roof. I need like 10, 15 minutes to think about this. You know,
Okay.
it's a big life change
Okay,
move
so
that
do
you're
you
making me
wanna-
do.
do you wanna go-
I've lived in Hounslow all my life.
Okay, so do you want to go and think about it and come back?
Yeah, I need to go.
Yeah, okay. I think she is very unhappy. It's not a nice situation to be in. You know, I've got young kids. I totally understand how she feels, but because of the shortage of properties, this is what we are doing, and we are moving people into the private rented sector anywhere in and out of London. There's no choice. There's no choice now in housing.
I feel like I've actually lost so many people in my life. I feel like these guys must hate me as well, something. So they're just telling me to move. Don't want to, but they're just chucking me out there like they don't want to see me.
Miss Afshan, come back in.
You're moving me to Birmingham, but at the end of the day, I don't want to move to Birmingham.
Yeah.
So, okay, so you're trying to say I should just obviously permanently move to Birmingham?
That's an option. Right, okay. So I can see if the landlord's free the weekend
if
for
you
you to
said
move
that
in.
first, I
Okay,
could have done
so this is your offer letter. Give me all the details of the property. Yeah? Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for nothing. I've never even been to Birmingham. I've never ever been there, so I don't know what to expect. You know, they're not the ones that are fighting for a place for where they've been brought up themselves. They don't have to move far away. They're not getting told what to do. Just not trust the Hounslow Council because they're never going to help you.
Ticket number 103. Please go to counter 8.
The council have come to a decision on Danielle.
It's hard not knowing what they're going to decide. Where's the next place my son's going to sleep?
Morning, Daniel.
If she's found to have made herself intentionally homeless, she and her son will be asked to leave the B&B where they've been living.
Well, I've called you in today because we've made a decision. Yeah. We have found you intentionally homeless. Okay. Because you've been evicted for rent arrears, and we made inquiries. We checked everything, income and expenditure, and you know it's your responsibility to pay your rent, but you failed to do that. Okay. So that's it. Okay, so here's a decision letter.
Okay.
And then, you have to make your own arrangements from there.
Okay.
Yeah?
Okay.
Also, we will be referring this letter to social services because there is a child involved. Okay?
All right, that's fine.
Okay?
Okay, thank you.
You take care.
Evicted from the B&B and told she'll receive no further help, Danielle now faces the possibility of social services taking her son into care.
It is a concern that social services are getting involved because that boy is my universe. Malachi is my universe. There was a little bit of hope, but that's gone, that's diminished.
I cannot see that the situation on temporary accommodation can improve. With rising demand, this council will continue to spend money it doesn't have.
Really?
Shrinking stock, increasing private sector rents, looking at all of that, temporary accommodation, I think, is set to become worse.
How to Get a Council House continues same time next week. Tomorrow night on 4, Friends Through Thick and Thin. One Born Every Minute is at 9. Next night though, a new life behind bars awaits in the premiere of the award-winning Spanish thriller Locked Up.